Do you want to become a professional Geometry Dash player? Well, let me tell you something. Geometry Dash, very difficult game. However, I am about to teach you quickly. Now, when I say quickly, I mean you're going to have to play a lot. I have 600 hours on this game, which is not a lot. If you want to be good beating list demons, you're going to need a few thousand hours. So, I'm just letting you know that it takes a while. So, yeah. However, I'm not trying to scare you away. If you want to get good at Geometry Dash because you like the game, you maybe played a few of these first levels and you're like, wow, I really want to get good at this game. How do I get good at this game? Well, here you go. Alright, first thing we need to talk about is PC versus mobile. PC is better than mobile. Less input delay, usually higher hertz. We'll talk about that in a second. And it's just really a lot better. So yeah, very good. A PC, you probably want to pick it. It doesn't matter if it's I mean, it kind of does matter if it's a Mac, so I would not recommend Mac. If you want to get a laptop that's Windows or desktop, it really doesn't matter. Geometry Dash is not built properly, so it doesn't matter whether you have a really beefy PC or not. You're still gonna get lag spikes, 1,000, 1,500 to 1,500. However, if you get a laptop that's like $900, it's gonna be perfectly. Second thing we need to talk about is monitor. Monitor very important in Geometry Dash, especially if you don't want to get Mega Hack, which, by the way, you have to get. If you want to be good at this game, you have to get Mega Hack, so we'll talk about that first. Mega Hack is like this. You see all these thingies. You have a bunch of cool stuff. I'm not going to go over any of them because I'm not here to waste your time. But basically, you have a bunch of cool options, and it makes the game better, and it possibly makes the game easier with FPS bypass over here. You can increase your in-game FPS, and the higher FPS you run the game at, the easier it is. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. It just is. So, like, if you want to be better at Geometry Dash, then increase your FPS. It's that simple. You have a monitor that's 240 hertz. There is a chance that you do not need to use FPS bypass or get Mega Hack. You can just go to Graphics, Advanced, and then click Vertical Sync. If you have a good PC, I recommend turning off Smooth Fix. However, if you have a really bad PC, then you might want to turn Smooth Fix on. Vertical Sync you only use if you don't have this. If you have Mega Hack, there is no need to use Vertical Sync at all. Anyways. There's a bunch of Geometry Dash optimizing guides on how to optimize your game a little bit better if you're getting a lot of lag and input delay. So I'll put one of those in the link in the description. Click that. I've followed it. Very good. It like optimizes your GPU and stuff if you have an NVIDIA GPU. Very good. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, next, hertz. Basically, if you do get Mega Hack, you just want to make it set it to 360. You might not be able to run 360 depending on how good your PC is. If you can't run 360, try 240. If you can't run 240, then try 120. If you can't run 120, then get a better PC. Anyways, moving on. Wow, you finally have. We're assuming that you found this video after playing a few levels, because if you clicked on this video before playing like the game, then like what are you doing? You have to know. Like, don't buy a $1,500 PC to play this game like I did if you haven't even played the first level. Okay, here we go. Stereo Madness. Do Stereo Madness. Do back on track, polar guys. There's normal mode and there's practice mode. Don't worry about the coins for now. Normal mode is what you want to be doing. You don't need to touch practice mode yet. However, you get like cubes and shit if you do practice mode. Oh, ignore this. Ignore that. Basically, you'll try practice mode. Basically, I may as well show you really quickly. You want to turn off auto checkpoints. Let me turn on my music and sound effects a little bit. Turn on bar percentage and auto retry, but you don't want to keep auto checkpoints on, because if you look at auto checkpoints, what it does is it will place a checkpoint after every input. So when you land, it places a checkpoint. You're not practicing. The whole point of practicing is to like get better at a specific level. Let's just say I'm having a really hard time with like this part, for example. If I place a checkpoint right before the beginning of that part, it's gonna help me get better. Like, oh no, I'm dying. Oh, it's too hard. Clicking too late, whatever. The only way you're gonna get better at it, unless you go from 0, but the problem is when you go from 0, you have to get to this part. It's better to just practice straight, especially if you're struggling with only specific parts. Yeah, just don't use auto checkpoints. Place them at the beginning of sections. That's what I usually do. And yeah, if you turn off auto checkpoints and practice the hard parts of levels that you find yourself dying to, you're gaming. Now, a lot of people really don't like practice mode. They think it's a waste of time. I would say, I'm not going to play the level. Again, not here to waste your time. I would say you can probably do all of these. Maybe Time Machine, you might have to practice the end because it's very hard to sight read. Sight reading, by the way, is when you try to beat the level without knowing what's happening. So you're just like looking at the screen and trying to read what is coming and when you have to click and whatever. Time Machine, you might have to practice the end because there's like some buffers at the end. Yeah, Cycles is easier than Time Machine, by the way. You shouldn't have any trouble. X Step might be a little bit difficult, but you should be able to get through it. Clutterfunk's like the first actually difficult level. I know a lot of people that just don't play the game after this, or don't beat this because it's like really difficult. It's not that bad if you practice. The ending is obviously the hardest part. But again, if you practice, like let's just say you're having trouble with the ship. Okay, hold up. Let me get to the ship. Getting to the ship, you don't have to worry about that. Same with this ball. This ball can be pretty tight. But again, anyways, I'm not here to play the level for you. Practice the level. If you need help with very specific levels, look up how tips and tricks on how to do them. That's good. Anyways, TOE will feel very easy after you do this. Again, practicing is key. Once you get to Clutterfunk, by the way, I didn't mention this, you probably want to start picking with what you're comfortable with. Up arrow is very popular nowadays. I use mouse. A lot of guys use controllers. Whatever you use, I just want to say that you should be using something wired. If you have a wireless keyboard, probably not a good idea. If you have a wireless mouse, again, probably not a good idea. Get wired stuff so the input delay is less. So when you click, there's less time for the signal to go from the mouse to the computer or from the keyboard to the computer, especially if it's wired, it's faster, obviously. TOE. Easy. This is not going to take long. Electromagnet Adventures, not going to take long either. This, you probably want to unlock unique coins to do this. So just skip it. Skip this one as well. Skip this one as well. Do Blast Processing next. Skip this as well. Do Geometrical Dominator next. Skip this and then do Finger Dash. Finger Dash might seem pretty difficult, but it's not that bad. Next, you want to do Hexagon Force. Then you want to do, oh my goodness, then you want to do Electrodynamics. Then you want to do Club Step. Then you want to get more coins. Then do TOE 2. Then you want to get the rest of the coins, and you could do Deadlocked. If you do Deadlocked now, it's going to feel very difficult, but I know a lot of people that they just beat Deadlocked because honestly, it really isn't too difficult if you practice. No, are you noticing a theme? Practice the fucking game and you'll be better at the game. Very simple. Easy demons that you could do. First of all, you probably have already done the Nightmare and the Lightning Road because these two are literally the equivalent of jumper difficulty. So if you want to do them, you'll beat them very fast. Again, I'm not going to go into the level. Well, fine, I'll go into the level. But they're super easy. Like, look how open this is. It's not difficult. Anyways, yeah, they're not good levels. Don't touch them. Speed Racer, I actually recommend. I think this level is pretty cool. And I think it's actually really nice. It's not as easy as these two. However, it's pretty fun to play. So I actually recommend that you do Speed Racer. Platinum Adventure is another one of those super easy levels. There's like a weird motion part that always kicks people away. Just practice because there's some trolls at the end. My friends have died to 98 because they've tried not practicing. It was very funny. X is actually the first. This would be a hardest, by the way. I think X is actually the first level that you should be doing because X is actually really good level. Not hard at all, for like God's sakes. This is should be your first XL demon. Death Moon. It's very easy. Like, it's not hard. It's just really long. So anyways, next X Step V2. V2 series you could do. The levels get pretty difficult, but I think X Step V. Y Step skip this. Problematic is good. Recommended for Problematic. If you suck at the wave, this will make you better at the wave. There you go. Decode, pretty easy level for the most part. There is some very difficult parts at the end. However, it is easy. It is. Sidestep is a medium demon. Don't let this fool you. This is a medium demon, absolutely. So yeah, I took the game. Retro Circles is actually a great level. Don't touch that. Trump Circles, unironically, great level. Takeoff is actually really fun. I'm actually gonna play this one from zero. This one, Takeoff, very fun level. It took me 47, 80 attempts to beat back in my day when I beat this as a new hardest. This is a good level. However, this is like, I don't know how the fuck this is an easy demon. This is like a hard demon. Free Fall by Ardent, great level. This is a fantastic easy. Now, the rest of the video is just gonna be me recommending a bunch of demons for you to play to help you improve at the game. So next, Mechanical Showdown's a pretty good level. Verity, very unbalanced, so I can't recommend. Hell is a hard wave at the beginning. However, it's still pretty fun. Gold Temple is I can't recommend Gold Temple. I recommend Hell though. Hell is very fun. Ultraviolence is a fantastic level. If you can run this shit, it's an amazing level. Let's just say. Hard demons. Okay, if you've beaten a few medium demons, the difference between medium and hard is pretty small. I'm not gonna say it's pretty small. The difference between easy and medium is pretty small. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so here we go. Hard demons. I would recommend out of all of these to beat first, I would probably recommend Crazy 1. Crazy 1 is like very balanced. On an LD, that's why. However, it's a fucking incredible level, man. It's fucking incredible. Then I would do Jawbreaker, because Jawbreaker is easier than 9 circles for me. It might be easier. You know what? I would practice both 9 circles and Jawbreaker and see which one is easier for you. So yeah, pick and choose which one you want to do. Then I would take a break from 9 circles levels and I would do Future Funk. Future Funk, again, XL level. However, it's actually a good XL level, so recommend it. Then I would do the other one, whatever one you didn't do up here. 9 circles or Jawbreaker. Okay, next. I'm just letting you know, the jump between hard and insane demon is the biggest jump in the game, in my opinion. The difference between insane and extreme is smaller than the difference between hard and insane, my opinion. Stop yelling at me in the comments. Anyways, next up, you need to know what you're strong at. If you're strong at timings, then you go for windy landscape. Yes, if you're strong at timings, you go for windy landscape as your first insane demon. You're good at ship, you go for 8-0 as your first insane demon. And if you're good at wave, you go for, where is it? Sharp minor is your first insane demon. There you go. Then I would recommend ultimate demon mix is pretty easy. I would recommend ultimate demon mix next. Then I would recommend crazy 2 next. Crazy 2 is pretty good. So probably the best level in the game. I'm not gonna lie. Crazy 2 is such a good level. Then I would finish the other ones, like if you did windy landscape, then do 8-0 and sharp minor. Whatever, if you did sharp minor, do 8-0 windy landscape. You know what I mean? Then finish these 3, 8-0 windy landscape, sharp minor. Then I would do, I'm not recommending supersonic, it's a really bad level. High is controversial, I'm not recommending it either. Then I would do, you could do poltergeist, however, it's really hard for like wave. Like if you're bad at wave, this is gonna be really difficult for you. So if you're bad at wave, I would do Butiti 2 because of ship level. Butiti 2 is a fantastic XL insane demon. It is not too difficult. Then I would get into like the tough insane demon category. We're talking Layak, Thanatophobia. I think Layak should be your first difficult insane demon. You see, insane demons are split into like 2 categories. 3 categories. You got the easy, you got the kind of difficult, you got the medium, and then you got the really hard ones. Easy, you got like sharp minor. Middle, you got like supersonic, and the hard ones you got like Layak. So I would do Layak. It's a very learny level, and it took me 6,200 attempts, which is quite a bit for an insane demon for me, and I was feeling pretty confident when I beat this level as well. However, it gets super consistent, and then we will go into extreme demon. I'm just letting you know, if you've beaten Layak and maybe Thanatophobia, if you feel like it, at this point you should know where to go in your GD career. You should know enough about the game, because you should have enough hours and maybe talking to people and watching enough videos. But extreme demons, I would still recommend to this day that Aku is your first extreme demon. It's not an extreme demon. This should not, okay, I'm gonna piss a bunch of people off here. This should be an insane demon, in my opinion. I think Thanatophobia, Layak, and High are all harder than this. However, it's very consistent, very fun. This took me 3278 attempts, which I have insane demons with more attempts than this. Like, oof. This, like, Supersonic took me more attempts. 4737. So, like, you can't, for me at least, it's very hard to say that Aku is extreme, but it is an extreme. It's rated extreme, and it's not falling off anytime soon, because a lot of people, it's very mixed emotions with this level. I think it's insane, but a lot of people think it's extreme. Anyways, do Aku. Very good level, though. Even though it's insane, very good. Cataclysm should be your next. You have to do this. Anyways, I tried to make that super quick. At the end, I literally went through a bunch of levels that you should do. A lot of tips and tricks in this video, and then progression guide at the end. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and do shit. And yes, goodbye.